All right, we have another question, 3.1, and it is number 9 over here. Number 9 is the question is how do you graph this guy? So y is equal to x squared plus 2. So let's do a little bit of work here. First things first is we have to make a whole bunch of points over here. And the way this is set up is a little bit different than the previous ones here, because for a curve, which that's what this is, because of the little x squared, we say this is now a curve now happening. We have to put in a whole bunch of points as we go. So you can plug in a 0. So if you plug in a 0, it'll be 0 squared plus 2, and then what's going to happen? Let me do a little bit of work here. Actually, x. Let me kind of graph this out. This is called a working table, which is you have your plug-in value, you have your equation, and you do the work to get your y value. So 0, 2 is what is common. Then you go plug in a 1 here. So 1 squared is 1, plus 2 more will make 3. Plug in 2. 2 squared is 4, plus 2 more is 6. Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's going up from here. Then I go, let's plug in a negative 1. Let's see what negative 1 happens. Negative 1, kind of tricky here. Negative 1 times negative 1 is a positive 1. Plus 2 more makes it 3. And then negative 2 plugged in would be negative 2 squared plus 2 makes a positive 6. So if I were to sort of graph it before I'm actually going to input it here, I'd find out that I have really it's 0, 2, my first point. Then it's 1, 3. Then it's 2, 6. Then it is negative 1, 3. Then negative 2, 6. So then really I'm looking for this kind of graph right here. I'm trying to build that graph. Okay, the only little issue that we have with XYZ is the fact that we're going to choose this one because this is the parabola function. With lines, this is a line function. With lines, fun thing is here, you can choose any point whatsoever with lines, because as long as you have 2 points, it will determine a straight line. With a parabola, what they want you to do is to pick this little very, very low point or very, very high point. Okay, and real quick here, let's do some more. This is absolute value. This is the absolute value function, which I think you guys have done already. This is a circle graph, and this is just a regular old dot. So we're going to pick this one for sure. We're going to pick the parabola, and it wants a very specific point, and the point that it wants is, it wants this point right here as your first point, and then you can do any point after that. So this will be a first point for sure, and then let's pick this point, but this one has to be here. It's called the vertex point. So it's either going to be the lowest point on a graph, or if the graph goes like this, then it's going to be the highest point in the graph, but they need that point in order to graph it. All right, so I think we're ready to graph though. So 0, 2 is an important point we must have. It's the low point of the graph, and then we're going to graph 1, 3. Okay. All right, let me go back real quick. I'm going to choose this now. And again, picking one point here, and then picking another point right there. All right, and let's submit it and see if we get it right. Oh, it's wrong. Why is it wrong? I think I moved it out just a little bit here, so I'm going to have to clear it. And this is where, if you have an iPad, this is not probably the best way to do it. If you have a mouse, this is the best way to do it. So you got to get that little pencil right at -2. It's kind of funny that way. Okay, and then as you move out, maybe we should use 2, 6, because that will give us actually a little bit more accurate graph. And so as we do that, let's submit it again. Oh, this time I got it right. Okay, so on the previous graph, I was off a little bit here because I really wasn't using a mouse pad. I was using my little finger as a touchpad, and sometimes that does not work well. especially for graphs. All right, hopefully that helps.